Watson wants to know, and Watson, thank you very much for your super chat contribution. Would Gayle expose and stop the mainstream media working war agenda? Question mark. Watson, with all due respect, I'm pretty sure that's not something Gayle can do by herself. Follow-up question: will you bring about world peace?
Oh, hey, gee, yes, I will. I wish I alone could do that. But I think it's a good question because, and it gives me an opportunity to share a little bit, because even though as lieutenant governor, I wouldn't have like a vote on Congress, or a federal policy vote, you can still make the links. Like if we didn't put so much into our military budget, we'd have more money to give to states and cities. And that's how it should be. Even as mayor on a city level, I always tried to draw the links to state policy, national policy, and international policy whenever possible, because we are a global society. So I used to be a member of CISPIS, the Community in Solidarity with the People of El Salvador, worked as an anti-war activist for years. And so I always say, our country is out there in so many countries around the world, causing havoc, causing pain, suffering, death. And that has to stop. We need to put the money not in a war budget, but in the people's needs budget. So I would do everything I can to connect those dots whenever possible.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it is a good question. I'm just teasing, but
yeah, I know.
But the thing about it is it is very weird where we're supposed to have a corporate media that holds politicians responsible, and we actually have situations where it's the other way around, which is problematic and should never occur. However, in our world, or in our country at least, it does. And I think whenever an elected official kind of calls out the war machine to any degree, whether it's as a mayor, as a lieutenant governor, whenever they point out the fact that, gee, we're never at a need when it comes to bomb money.
Right.
And we don't talk about this. And budget gets passed and it gets no coverage at all. And some of us are really outraged about this. That matters a lot. And that is very important. And it's a hard thing to do politically for anybody. But, as far as being an elected official goes. But it's essential and it's necessary because the media is failing us on it.
That's right. The media absolutely is failing us. And that's why, having alternative media is so important, whether social media or, alternative radio and, TV, Democracy Now! And such, as all that is so important to us. And I would say that there are ways for elected officials. I mean, when I was mayor, I was part of Mayors for Peace, and that was a global organization. And we put forward resolutions to the U.S. Mayors Conference to take money away from the war budget into cities' needs. So there are ways that you can form a network of elected officials, community leaders, et cetera, and pressure the federal government to do what's right by the people. We just have to raise our voices collectively and never stop. That's the problem. It's not just an election year approach. People, sometimes get excited around election years and then afterward they go to sleep. And we need people to stay activated year in, year out. Let's build this, a real movement for change, getting money out of the military, getting corporations to pay their fair share of taxes, getting peace. I mean, I always like what Martin Luther King said, during the Vietnam era, every bomb that bursts in Vietnam also explodes on our city streets, because the money going to Vietnam isn't coming to our cities for the needs of our communities. And therefore, young people get desperate and they often turn to violence. So anyway, we need to really stress the anti-war issue as well.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.